Our next presenter is Kevin Kumataka, and he is the Green Business Coordinator here at San Francisco Green Business Program, and he sits on the board of the California Green Business Network. The San Francisco Green Business Program is housed at the city's Department of the Environment, and it certifies businesses for meeting a high set of environmental standards. His role is to establish program standards, work with businesses through the certification process, and to market the program. So he's here to share about creating access to environmental recognition. Please welcome Kevin.
Hi everyone, my name is Kevin Kumataka, and thank you so much for having me here. It's such an honor and a pleasure. I am the coordinator for the San Francisco Green Business Program, and we're housed in the San Francisco Department of Environment. Michael, thanks for all the good words about the Department of Environment. Today I'm going to be talking about creating access to our environmental recognition program. Before I start talking about our tiered certification program and the implementation of our tiered certification program, I was going to give a quick overview of our Green Business Program. How many of you are familiar with the Green Business Program and the Green Business Program model? I think it's a large portion of you. Great. So essentially we're a certification program. It's a free service in most counties and cities that works with small to medium-sized businesses to meet a high set of environmental standards. We focus in most the sustainability areas of pollution prevention, zero waste, energy conservation, water conservation, transportation, and employee education. Businesses that want to participate in our program, they would simply go online on greenbusinessca.org and they would register. This is what an account profile would look like. Sorry, the type's really small. But they would fill in some basic contact information. The certification is site specific, but they would go through each different of those, one of those category areas and fill out our online checklist. Through that process, they also get site visits, phone consultations, and so yeah, it's a lot of one-on-one interactions. Some sample requirements are they purchase low toxic cleaning products, so a lot of times we'll look at what their chemical inventory is, and we look for third-party certifications like Green Seal, Safer Choice. On the waste side, we do a lot with making sure that they're diverting as much material as possible. San Francisco has a mandatory composting and recycling ordinance, which really helps what we try to educate businesses on. We utilize, businesses have to utilize energy efficient lighting. We have an Energy Watch program that's a partner between the city and PG&E. So we provide free energy audits and rebates for businesses looking to upgrade their lighting. Installing 0.5 gallon per minute aerators on bathroom sinks, having a commuter benefits program, and informing employees about the city's emergency ride home program. So those were just a few examples of some of the practices businesses have to complete in order to get the certification standard. And then once they meet that certification, those certification requirements, they get access to our Green Business logo. They get to distinguish themselves as a San Francisco green business. They also get invited to our awards ceremony. This last year we had it at the California Academy of Science. It's held on February 7th. Really wonderful attendance. And you can see this year we had something a little bit different. We have a few recognition plaques, which we give out to all our certified businesses. But you'll notice some of them are green, some of them are blue, and we also have an award certificate. So this was the culmination of our tiered certification pilot. And that's kind of mostly what I'm going to be talking about today is why did we go the tiered certification route, and what were some of the benefits and lessons learned. So when I started the program in 2016, we looked at, we took a hard look at the program and where it was and where we wanted it to go. The San Francisco Green Business Program had the label for having the most stringent standards, which was fantastic because it gave the program a lot of credibility, and being a governmental certification program, we really needed that credibility. But there was also a downside to that in that it also prevented access to the program. So that was one of the key issues. Also, looking at the type of businesses that we were working with, 83% of the businesses in the program were in our office sector. There's a missed opportunity working with restaurants, with hotels, with janitorial services. So that was something else that we took into consideration. I kind of mentioned this point, but we were working with businesses that already were kind of labeled green. 18 out of the 27 businesses when I started had sustainability built into their mission statement. And the recognition was binary. Businesses were either certified or not certified. So businesses that went 99% of the way through the certification process would be barred from the recognition or certification if they didn't have that one measure that they could meet. It also prevented businesses from going above and beyond and doing more, which many of the businesses were, but we weren't giving them recognition for that. We saw other states adopting tiered certification models. But once we started looking at tiered certification, we started thinking, well, how many tiers do we want? We came up with 3, participant, certified, and innovator. One of the main questions was, if we had a tiered certification program, most jurisdictions thought that people would just want to go to the lowest certification tier. So we decided that businesses would only be certified at the 2nd tier. At the 1st tier, they would only get a recognition, and they wouldn't be able to use our logo standards. And then why tiered certification? This question came up multiple times, and really it became about businesses getting access to the program. Our program had a lot of resources that we wanted to help and support businesses with, but we didn't want to make the program exclusionary. So we wanted to create access to the program and make it more about process improvement. Businesses were starting the sustainability journey. We didn't want to bar them to entry before they even started. So we have 17 measures at our participant level, 45 at our certified level, and 50 measures at our innovator level. Some of the early successes is we had the Wu Yi's Children's Services. This was a business that serves children in many of the Chinese districts in San Francisco. They got their foot in the door, whereas in our old certification standards, they wouldn't have been interested or they weren't interested in getting started. We had Woven Prosperity going from participant to certified, and they're also interested in going to the innovator. But when they originally started working with them, before we had our tiered model, they were like, wow, that checklist is way too long. We don't think we can do this. The innovator level, we have Heath Ceramics, which is sitting right over there. Hey, Vanessa. And they took on a number of approaches to become more environmentally friendly. One example is they became super green customers, purchasing the 100% renewable energy from our Community Choice Energy program. We had a lot of businesses going so far above and beyond. Another example of an innovator business was we had the Perennial. They're a restaurant that they're trying to get a bunch of other restaurants on board with them to offset all the greenhouse gas emissions for the meals, for any of the meals that people pay for when they go to their restaurants. And it's like a small fee, 10 cents to like 35 cents in addition to what you're normally paying, except you have an offset. It's offsetting all the greenhouse gas emissions. And they were also focusing on a bunch of other improvements just into their restaurant, where they're sourcing their food, whether it was local, whether it was organic. So yeah, they were taking a full spectrum approach of that. Our third innovator business was the California Academy of Science. They've just been a leader in the industry for a long time, being the first platinum certified LEED building, LEED museum in the country. And I'll just conclude. So I think that was pretty much everything I wanted to say about our tiered certification program. There's still many lessons. We're still trying to get more businesses at the entry level, starting at the participant, and continuing them through the process. And we'll see that, I think, in the coming years. Lastly, I did want to put a plug into, I'm also sitting on the board of the California Green Business Program. The California Green Business Program this year got funding from the state. So now local programs have $20,000 to also improve and expand their program. we have a statewide marketing budget and a statewide marketing committee, really trying to improve the brand and the image for the California Green Business Certification. And yeah, if you're a local program interested in starting a green business program, feel free to come talk to me afterwards. And please, if you work in the field or are interested, please go visit our green businesses in California. We have over 3,600 green businesses across the state. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, please come find me afterwards. Thank you.
We do have time now for a couple of questions, so Kevin, yeah, stay if we can have some here. There's one in the back where's my mic, people? Tomer and Jenny, okay.
Hi, thank you. I wondered if there is any oversight built into your program and if there are any protocols for enforcement. And also if you would address, is there a recertification after a certain amount of time goes by?
Yeah, I'll address the last question first. So the certification lasts 4 years. Our oversight body is we do have a California Green Business Network. So it's a network of the 29 green business programs across the state. And we work on collaboration for setting like a set criteria of standards. When the Green Business Program model launched in 1990, of course, the Bay Area the Bay Area counties and cities were the first programs to adopt the model. But as the years progressed, we've seen the program expand to Southern California. And in Southern California, the jurisdictions had a harder time getting their businesses to meet our high set of standards. And so for a period of time, we had to establish a minimum set of criteria, standards that all programs would meet. And what was the third question again? Enforcement. Oh yeah. And so to be certified as a green business across any of the programs, all the businesses have to meet the bare set of environmental compliance standards. So whether that's air, water, building code standards. So that's something that we work very closely. In San Francisco, we work largely with the Department of Public Health and the San Francisco Public Utilities Commission.
Great. Any more questions? Yeah, can you pass the mic?
Sorry.
Do you provide different levels of incentives for different levels of participation?
Yeah, that is something we thought a lot about when we built out our tiered certification model. At the lowest level, businesses just get their name on our website. They also get listed as a participant on that California Green Business Directory. They get an award, they get kind of like a recognition plaque, but that's pretty much it. Most of the benefits are the benefits they get going through the process, through the cost savings. We really thought that when we created those bare minimum essential criteria standards for getting businesses through the door, that those practices alone were really beneficial on their own. And at the certification level, they get to use our logo, they get the award certificate, they get the award plaque. And then at the innovator level, they also get listed on our homepage on the Green Business Directory page. Yeah.
Great. Thanks so much,
Thank
Kevin.
you.
Great.